All right, folks, welcome to the show. My name is David Reid, and welcome to another Reid Media production. Today, I would like to talk to you about Mayor Jayden Williams. And for those of you who don't know about Mayor Jayden Williams, Mayor Williams is a young 22-year-old mayor and is currently the youngest mayor in Georgia. He's the mayor of Stockbridge, Georgia. This came to my attention because it's in the news, and I'm watching the news and I'm like, this guy's 22-year-old and he's the mayor of Stockbridge. All right, I know that Henry County is ruthless when it comes to politics. I know that Clayton County is ruthless when it comes to politics. So I'm saying, man, this guy must be in over his head. Don't he know what he was getting into? Didn't his parents talk to him about what he's getting into? And then I started reading about this young man, and this guy was dedicated to service. I mean, you go on his website, you go to Jayden4Stockbridge.com, you're going to find out a lot about this young man, and this guy's like, shit, man, you go, man, 22-year-old, you can do a lot of stuff. You got the energy, the talent, won numerous awards. This guy is very positive. So anyway, Jayden went on to say that I have committed my life at a young age for service. I am honored to be the mayor that creates an open door environment, all right, for everyone in Stockbridge. So yeah, this guy is inclusive and he's about change. I think he's nonpartisan. Yes, he's nonpartisan. So he's not a part of any political affiliation. He's not Democrat. He's not Republican. He's all in for Stockbridge. It means a city where community comes first, where every neighbor matters, every voice is heard, and progress is built together, block by block. More about Jayden. He's the youngest mayor, like I said, and he's proud to serve as the 23rd mayor of Stockbridge, Georgia. And he put the people first, building a city where every voice matters, and progress is achieved together. So the more I read about Jayden, I'm realizing this young man is really into politics. He's really into serving people, and you kind of like start rooting for this young man. And to hear that he's on an investigation for petty cash, really, for spending petty cash on a P card that is basically the P card, from what I gather, it's a card with $5,000 on it that members of City Council and the mayor have to use to buy whatever they need to run the city and to basically do whatever they needs to do to serve the city. And you're gonna find out that everything that they're talking about as far as how he spends his money, everything about the money that he spent on this card, I should say, the money that was allotted to him, this $5,000, is within parameters of doing his job. And these allegations that these members of council have brought up against this young man, it's all a bunch of fallacies. It's all lies, right? And they're trying to ruin this young brother's career. And the more I start reading into this, and then I'm hearing about $32.4 million that was disappeared in 2024. And now his job is to investigate that, and he's asking questions about the 2024 budget and all that monies that was disappeared. And now I'm also finding out that the budget for Stockbridge is $74 million in 2026. Wait a minute. Stockbridge, Georgia, 36,000 people. Only 5,000 people showed up to vote, and your budget is $74 million. That don't make no sense. I mean, how y'all gonna have to pay for this? I mean, you're gonna be writing a lot of speeding tickets with the 6 cops that patrol the main street of Stockbridge. I mean, driving through that main street is like crazy. As soon as you get by the amphitheater and you got to go over that bridge that goes over the railroad track, you're gonna see cops everywhere. Speed limit is 45. You better not go 46, 47. They're gonna pull you over. I mean, to write all you know how much tickets they gotta write? How much fake charges and stuff they're gonna have to do to maintain a budget of $74 million? Where are they getting that money from? Property taxes? I don't know. Where they getting $74 million from? So anyway, this young man is tasked with trying to fix all this corruption. And you got 4 people that are entrenched, seasoned, veteran politicians that are trying to make his life miserable. Now they're trying to ruin this young man's life. All right? But anyway, more about Jayden. Like I said, Jayden L. Williams is a transformational public servant whose leadership is grounded in community service and collective process. His journey began at the age of 13, where his passion for civic engagement and people-centered leadership took root, shaping a career defined by purpose, energy, and impact. A proud graduate of Clark Atlanta University, Jayden earned a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and emerged as a respected leader through roles in student government, national scholarship appointments, and community advocacy. All right, let's play this video real quick. This is about Jayden when he accepted his nomination for mayor, right? Seems like he was signing some documents. Let's check this out.
I, Jayden Williams, do solemnly swear and affirm that I will faithfully perform the duties of the mayor of the city of Stockbridge, and that I will, to the best of my ability, support and defend the charter thereof, as well as the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia and of the United States of America. I further affirm that upon assumption of this office, I do not hold any unaccounted for public money due and payable to the state, any political subdivision of the state, the city of Stockbridge, or any authority thereof, nor do I hold any other office of trust of the government of the United States, of this state, or any foreign state, as prescribed by the law of the state of Georgia. I solemnly affirm that I am fully qualified under the Constitution and the laws of the state to hold the office of mayor, that I have been a resident of the city of Stockbridge for the entire period of time required by the Constitution and the laws of the state. I will perform the duties of my office in the best interests of the city and to the best of my ability, without fear, favor, affection, reward, or expectation thereof. Congratulations.
Congratulations, man. All right. So as you can see, this guy is affluent, is friendly, is got great character. Look like he comes from a great family, and he's well deserving of his position, and he works hard to become the mayor. Okay, he led a grassroots campaign, raised like 12,000. I'm sure he had more money from his supporters, but the initial $12,000 is what he and his young followers raised to help him run his campaign. But look at these accolades and recognition of this young man. Man, this guy is only 22 years old. Okay, Mayor Williams' leadership and service have earned him numerous honors, including the National Public Speaking Award 2018, Young and Gifted Award 2020. This is 2020. GMA Creativity Award. NAACP Freedom Fighter Award. 2021 ACCG Youth Leader of the Year. And in 2023 AT&T Climber Award. So this is a young man that we should treasure, we shouldn't try to destroy, and I don't like what the members of the city council are trying to do. They're trying to get rid of this young man because he's bringing in a lot of attention, a lot of publicity to Stockbridge, to the mayorship, and also to what's going on in the city council. So I'm glad that he has good representation. So let's go into the representation part of who is helping this young man, all right, to fight this corruption, this corrupted government. All right, so you got attorney Robert Kenner Jr. and you have also attorney Gerald Griggs. These are two well-known freedom fighters. These are two well-known attorneys in Atlanta and throughout the South that will help people, young men like Jayden, who is being wrongfully persecuted. So let's play this video and listen to what's going on. They're going to give you more detail about the case at hand.
The first opportunity for the mayor to kind of give his side of the story. There have been many allegations put out by the certain members of the council, while they have indicated that this is just preliminary and that they're still doing an investigation. The way that they have pushed out the case, or that they're trying to make, or the facts that they're trying to assert, it's been slanted. We all know the truth. The mayor knows the truth, and today we're going to present the truth and the facts to the public. The public will have an opportunity to ask certain questions. We're going to try to give the public as much time, but we're not going to be able to go over an hour because there are other things and matters that we have to take care of. So one of the things I would like to do is say I am honored to have the opportunity to represent the mayor. I believe wholeheartedly in him as a mayor and as an individual. And so we can get to the nuts and the bolts of everything. Mayor, how you doing?
Hey, Attorney Kenner, Attorney Griggs. I'm good. Thank y'all for having me so we can have this important conversation.
One of the things, though, that I like to start off with a little bit about your background. I don't know if a lot of people know about your background. You know, all the news media and everyone are commenting about how old you are, the fact that you're 22 years old. One of the youngest mayor in the history of the city of Stockbridge. I would go further to say perhaps the youngest in the state of Georgia, maybe the youngest in the nation. Now, I haven't done the fact check on that, but that would just be my assertion. But you're 22 years old, and can you tell us a little bit how you got involved into politics and wanting to have the desire to be a mayor of a city like Stockbridge?
Yeah, I would say I've had the pleasure of serving in politics and civic engagement since the age of 13. But I started in politics my sophomore year in high school when I joined the Stockbridge Youth Council, along with Councilwoman Reid Robinson and her leadership. I did that throughout all of my time in high school, while also interning in almost every single department within the city. I've only missed one internship opportunity, and that was because when I went to college at Clark Atlanta University, I ended up being appointed to the City of Stockbridge Planning Commission and ultimately becoming the chair of the Planning Commission before stepping down to run for mayor. So I've always had a passion to serve my community. I've always had a passion to making sure that our communities are represented in a fair and in the best way possible. And that's really what drags me and drives me to be in politics, the opportunity to serve and lead with everybody.
So what was your major in college?
Political science.
Did you know in college that you had aspirations of getting into politics and particularly becoming a mayor of a city?
I definitely did not. I actually had no intentions to run while I was in college. But I began my campaign senior year because I saw Stockbridge had a dire need, and once I graduated, I had no intentions to stay in Atlanta. I wanted to come home, and I wanted to give back to the city that poured so much into me at a young age.
So when did you decide, at what point did you say, you know what, I think I'm going to try this. I think I'm going to launch a campaign. And can you tell us a little bit about what went into that?
Yeah, I was in my senior year, inside of my Matt Henry Jones political science class with some of my colleagues, a class of probably 22 students. I would say for a fact, I came home to go to a council meeting just to hear what they had to say, just to listen to some of the discussion. And it was so much arguing back and forth between council members. And I would even say some of my predecessor was up there asleep. And that's not me accusing him of anything, but that is a written fact. We have pictures of him documented sleep on the dais while the people are expecting the work of the city of Stockbridge to be done. So that was really my opportunity to say, wow, should I run for council? Should I run for mayor? An ultimate decision to run for mayor.
And so that led you to run for mayor. So tell us a little bit about how you were able to galvanize individuals to assist in this process. And, I don't know if you come from a lot of money, but I know that when you make the choice to run for any type of office, it takes a lot of money. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it definitely does. In a city that Stockbridge size, it's probably about a $50,000 campaign. We went all the way grassroots. We probably raised over the entire campaign, maybe $8,000 to $12,000, and that was not on hand from the beginning. That was just what we collected throughout the year and a half I was campaigning. But what I did was I collected young people from the AUC. So I had people helping me from Georgia State, from some people that used to work with me when I served in the NAACP's capacity, some people that were in Morehouse, Spelman, Clark, and I literally curated a group of young people that were like, hey, we know politics, we can run a campaign or two, let's see if we can put what we know to the test. And that's exactly what we did.
How many people did you have working with you, and what type of background did they have, and how were they able to help?
I think I had maybe, in general, I can tell you I had a team of about 10 to 20 that was between volunteers, field organizers, but my direct team, it was a strong 5 of us. And that goes from field organizing, that's cutting turf, making sure we're galvanizing the message, whether it's text banking, phone banking. I had a social media person who always kept us up to date on what was happening, what we could do, events we could host. I had a logistics coordinator that helped us with events. And then I had the person who was always boots on the ground with me, whether it was going to an event, whether it was knocking on doors and just getting around the community and getting the word out. We understood that social media is also a powerful tool, but when you talk to people directly, it's most impactful.
Now, a lot of people want to understand when you first got into office and what were the dynamics? Was this a welcoming experience, or were there a lot of vitriol and dissension when you got in?
I would say it was a very interesting experience. I've been in multiple rooms where I have always been the youngest person. I've been in opportunities where I've always been the young person or the one they counted out. But once I spoke, they're like, dang, okay, this is somebody we might have to listen to. This is somebody that can represent the next generation. But I would tell you, it was very interesting coming into Stockbridge, because now I'm going from the outside looking in to the inside looking on the inside. And so it was just a lot of interesting facts and portrayal, because as the mayor, while the charter says I am the chief executive officer, I'm really also just a chief executive spokesperson of the city. I am the celebratory, congratulatory, ceremonial format of local government, and that's a council manager system. So for me, I was trying to figure out ways to navigate myself, because it really did not seem like I had guidance. I really just had adults trying to tell me what to do, but not willing to work with me. Not willing to be like, hey, let me walk you through this. I had to kind of sit down and say, well, how can I do this? How can I lay this out? What exactly can I do in this capacity? And so the charter ended up becoming literally on my desk. It's the charter and the Bible. That's how much I started to read the charter so that I could understand what my role was, what I could and could not do, and how I can operate as mayor.
So what type of initiatives that you have when you decided to run for mayor, things that you may have seen in just as a regular citizen of Stockbridge that you wanted to change?
I saw a lot of change, but my goal was, for me, I wanted to show the people that this was still the people's house. This was still the people's government, and we as elected officials represent them. So for me, I wanted them to get that exposure and say, hey, I can call my mayor. I know I can call him Jayden if I want to. My mayor is that close to me. He's been to my family's business. He still talks to me as if I'm a neighbor. And that was what I wanted to showcase. So I brought back initiatives like, well, of course, you probably don't. In the city, I guess it's normal practice that if someone leaves the council or is outvoted or something like that, the standing council can kind of take on their initiatives and keep the baton going. My predecessor had a few that I kind of discontinued, but also a few that some council members said, hey, I'll keep the train going. It's something I've always been interested in. And so while they took those, I had to find different things. So I kicked off my small business spotlights on Saturdays, going to businesses that you probably wouldn't even think are in the city of Stockbridge, but are. It was things like my Mayor for a Day, where we literally have juniors and seniors in high school come to the city. They speak to me and they meet me and I give them a tour of the city, but 90% of the day they're with my staff and the city staff, learning about a different department, learning how the city operates. And then we come back for a ceremonial portion just for me to congratulate them and show them, hey, this is civic engagement and this is how your city operates. And then another thing we're doing is, of course, is kind of paused now, but the biggest thing for me this first half of the year was my estate planning class, because it was important for me to say, while I'm young and I'm interested in doing things in the city and buying real estate and buying property, let's show the legacy residents of the city how we as a city will support them in gaining and learning resources about their wills, their trusts, and their estates, and how they can build that folio. And even in the program we were doing, from the office of the mayor and the organization that partnered with us, we were paying for their wills and estates. That was the big surprise. And so I hate that we're here in this moment now where we're not able to afford that opportunity to residents that probably was really looking forward to it.
Now, when you first got elected and after your inauguration, I'm a resident of Stockbridge. And so there were a lot of things that I heard about the city council, the infighting, things of that nature, the accusations that were hurled against each other. And even as a citizen, I understood that you had a uphill battle. And I understand that there were those in the council specifically have made comments that they didn't want you there and that you weren't going to be there long. Can you tell us about those type of comments that you may have heard and that can be verified by other people?
Those comments have been said since I was elected. It was just a simple fact. It was young person coming in, whether they liked me or not. They didn't want me in that position. They wanted the same guard or the old guard to lead the way and continue doing what they were doing, whatever they were doing, because we as citizens did not see what they were doing. So we kind of had to shift the narrative, and I took what they said as a grain of salt. My motto at Clark is find a way to make one and culture for service. I literally had to learn and take some of the lessons I took at Clark, like, hey, you can say what you want, but we're here to serve people and we're here to work. So that's what we're going to do.
So basically, this man is up against some old, dusty, dingy people that don't want him in office. And they're going to fabricate lies, innuendos, fallacies. They're going to throw it all at this young brother to ruin him. While they're corrupting the system, while they are lying, while they're overpricing the system, hiding money while they're doing their dirty bit and under-table dealings, right? This young man, he's fresh, he's young, he has a lot of ideas, a lot of civic ideas to show people, to open up the city hall, opening up the government to people who really want to know more, but never had anyone willing to say, oh, come on into the city hall. Come and visit the mayor. It's an open door policy. Come and see. You don't have to just come to the city council meetings. You can come whenever you want to. There's an open door policy here. Just make yourself announce when you come in and you want to meet people, you want to meet your representative. I mean, God, dog. Some of the things that they're bringing up against this young man is crazy. You know, it's like they don't have kids. It's like they don't understand that this young man is about making changes and you should be helping him. It's like you're gonna be there for forever. You're gonna be eating at the table, getting fat forever. Don't care about nobody else but yourself. You greedy, grubby, dingy persons. That's not right. And you guys don't even care. You're not even tactically proficient at what you're doing, because the charges, he's gonna beat those charges because they were all in. Everything that he did was in parameters of his duty as a mayor. You're just making a mockery and showing how stupid you all are. And this is the kind of a problem with black people in power that don't want to give up. That's why Trump won the presidency, because of bullshit like this. I'm going to say because of dingy, dusty politicians who want to keep it the old way, who doesn't give inclusions to young, up-and-coming, mobile, educated black people who want to be progressive, but at the same time want to bring about good changes to benefit everybody, not just the old guard. Yes, master. No. These people want changes in a positive way. You want to recognize these youngsters, and you're going to hold back these youngsters? These youngsters are going to take it. These youngsters don't want to be in the street shooting up each other. These youngsters want to learn. These youngsters want to go about making positive changes. And you old dingy people are basically keeping them out by keeping the doors closed. Keeping the doors closed. Keep the money to yourself. Who cares about the greater community? Who cares about the greater black community? Because what are you liking about? This is black on black violence, corruption at its most lowest form of government, I guess. But this is just a reflection of the greater black community worldwide. We always fighting against each other, keeping each other down, hurting each other, while every other community is thriving except for us. You know what I mean? These old guards got to go. They got to be voted out. And then when they're trying to corrupt the youngsters, they need to be exposed. Because this young man is a good servant, a good civil servant. And I hate to see people hurt young people like this, who are willing to give up themselves to help people. While you old dingy people don't have the energy, don't have technology, don't know to use technology, don't know anything about what's going on in the 21st century, right? And this young man is smart and have the energy. You should be welcoming this young guy. But no, you guys just want to ostracize him, vilify him, lie on him, corrupt him, and make him just don't want to even think about serving his community. This young guy now is going to say, you know what, I don't want to deal with this crap. I'm going to go work for a private equity company or some big firm, or I'm going to get my law degree, or I'm going to be an executive or something. You know what I mean? That's what y'all are trying to do, pushing him away from his people, pushing him away from his community. That's crazy. So, yeah, man. Let's continue.
Did you get any type of mayor training at any point when you first got there? Like, do they kind of give you a handbook, or what type of training do you get as a incoming mayor to kind of learn the system?
I didn't get any of that. And that's the ironic part. I have bits and pieces when I ask questions, but it's never a full layout. It's never the full document. It's never the full policy. It's, this is normal practice for us. This is what we do, but it's never black and white. I even asked my predecessor for a opportunity to do a transition period. I had one meeting with him where we talked about his family, what he did as mayor, and we left, because at that point it seemed like he wasn't trying to tell me what to do as mayor, but what he's done and his accomplishments, and that just was not something I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear how I can continue the legacy, not only of his name, but the rest of the city of Stockbridge.
And I don't think people understand, as I said, the interworkings of administration when you are mayor of a city like Stockbridge in terms of staff. Are you supplied with any type of staff to assist you? And what type of staff would you think that you would need in order to assist you to run a city like Stockbridge?
I would say for me, I would probably need a good solid 3. That's an executive assistant, a PR person who could represent the mayor's office, especially when there's so much going around that we want to showcase the characteristic of the beauty of Stockbridge. And then third, probably a policy director or a community engagement operator who can help me connect with neighbors and support my initiatives and connect with businesses, because that's important, right? And as the chief spokesperson, the celebratory person of the city, that's my job. And it's hard to do that when I don't have that support, nor do I get to choose that support. For those that don't know, in Stockbridge, we have 2 roles that represent and support the mayor and council's office, and that's the executive assistant to mayor and council and the administrative assistant to mayor and council. Though that individual is appointed by the council, the executive assistant is appointed by the council during the January meeting of every year. But I also want to be clear, I have no vote in the city of Stockbridge. And so the council is basically selecting an executive assistant that has to work with myself and the council, and I don't even get a say in it.
So
it's a damn shame. Damn shame. In a way, I'm kind of glad that this is going on, even though it's sad that this is happening to this young man. For people like me who just never really paid attention to what's going on in politics, local politics, I'm more international politics, but I really don't pay any attention to local politics. Now you get to understand the inner workings of the local politics and what goes on in your local municipality, and how corrupt it is and how powerless the mayor is. The mayor is just a public figure that is there just to win votes and to smile and don't have anything going on, don't initiate nothing. He's just a face. The real people that's running these local governments are the council members and the city planners and the managers. This man ain't got nothing. No power. He has no staff members. He has nothing. This is crazy. And their budget is $74 million. Again, $74 million in 2026. And this man has no assistants, no PR guy, nothing. It's just him against 4 entrenched, seasoned, greedy city council members who are running Stockbridge and doing whatever the hell they want to do. They're the Rough Riders. They're doing whatever the hell they want to do. They're running roughshod over the city. They're doing whatever the hell they want to do. And this young man just came in thinking that he's going to contribute to the growth and to the development of the city and to help the youths of the city and empower people to do more. These guys are saying, no, sir, you're just a figurehead. You're just here to smile and engage with the people. You're not going to change nothing. You're not going to impact any policies. You're not going to investigate nothing. You're not going to vote on anything. You're just going to conduct the meetings, and we'll do the rest. Take your little salary and go about your business, little boy. That's basically what they're saying. So he decided, no, he's the mayor. And he's going to start investigating and asking questions. And the question comes up about the $32 million that was missing in 2024. 2024. We're still in debt because we spent $32 million and we don't know what we spent it on. There's no record. Something ain't right. That's corruption, bro. And it behooves us to support this young man because we don't want this young man to be crushed. This young man is trying to do something positive, and these people that are entrenched are trying to ruin this man, crush this man. You know, we can't allow that. I'm praying for this young man to win. I'm praying for this young man for vindication, and for all those people that are hiding something to be voted out and be put out of office because they're corrupted.
Are there any individuals that are specifically employed with the city that are charged with the responsibility of assisting you as the mayor to do your job? Like, do you have a social media person that the city has provided? Do you have any other personnel that you would actually need to go out and help you do your job? Do they provide it?
No.
So how are you able to do your job without the assistance of the city? I mean, did you have to pay out of your pocket to get that type of?
Let me fast forward to what I want to talk about.
Special call meeting.
So prior to, and that was on that, what date was that?
That was the 17th of July.
Right? July 17th. So prior to July the 17th, 2025, before you got to City Hall to do your business as mayor, did any council people or any people that worked at the for City Hall, did they ever make any allegations against you or tell you that, hey, you're being investigated, or people have said certain things? Did that ever happen?
Yeah, the city manager actually came to me and pulled me to the side and said, Mayor, we had an issue with your P card and wanted to get some information on it. I said, okay, who I need to talk to? He said, no, don't worry about it. I think the council's about to call for an investigation. But until then, we've suspended your card. And that was on the Thursday before the week of the special call meeting.
Okay. And I just wanted, and I know that we're going to get into the card thing, but so they suspended your card prior to the 17th of July. He didn't really go into, the treasurer didn't really go into why they were suspending your card, what allegations they were making. He just said that they were suspending your card.
Correct.
Now, isn't it true that even once they suspended your card, there was some money or so on the card, but even after when they suspended the card, there was money on there, but after they suspended the card, there was no money?
Correct. I have a document saying that I had about $66 left in my incentive. And let me be clear on this part, Attorney Kenner. What we're investigating is not the general fund of the city of Stockbridge. It is not tax. It is not SPLOST dollars. It is not T-SPLOST. It's not your TAD. It's nothing of the sort that does the day-to-day functions of the city. The budget line we're discussing is the mayor's incentives fund. And as you are aware, and Attorney Griggs is as well, the incentives fund is for the mayor and council. We all have an incentives fund of $5,000 budgeted annually for us to support the things that we're doing in our capacity. That is what we're investigating now. I was not informed of anything outside of the sort, outside of the investigation. I was told on the I'm told right before the meeting that I had $66 left because I was doing the press conference and we were trying to go live. When I received this letter on Friday, the 17th of July, I was told that I was in the negative, which at that point, I'm trying to figure out how, because I haven't been able to spend any money. My card was already shut off. And so that raised the question for me as well, that I have still yet to get the document that I requested.
Now, the fund that you're talking about, you said it's the incentive fund. Is that correct? Is that
correct?
What it's called? That all council people or members also have that type of fund. Is that correct?
Correct.
And that's for incentive. And let me go back. It's $5,000. Each person has $5,000 top in that fund. Is that right?
Correct.
And can you explain a little bit exactly what the fund is for and how you, as a mayor and as well as city council, have access to that fund?
Yeah, we all have a P card that is maxed to $5,000. With that card, we basically can use it for our incentives. And so, for example, we have multiple budgets. So let me first clear that off. The incentives budget, however, is what we use to do an incentive at, let's just say we're doing, just to give an example, I wanted to do a Mayor's Run Club and I get some shirts. I can get that out of my incentives. Let's say that I'm doing an ice cream social. I can go to the Food Depot and get some ice creams. It's a part of the incentives that I'm doing for my office. And so each of us have that budget line to do what we see fit to support the initiatives and the efforts that we're doing in our official capacity as mayor and council.
Okay. Now, and all councilmen, they have the same right to do the same thing. Is that right?
Correct.
So what happens once you have exhausted the funds or the money in that particular account?
That's a great question. I don't know the policy of what happens once that's exhausted. I would assume that finance would say, hey, you've exhausted your amount, but I don't know the process.
Okay.
I've only been here 6 months.
Okay. And again, no real training, but did you get any training, or was there any type of manual or anything that told you about discretionary funds and what you can pay out of and how it's paid out and things of that nature?
I didn't get any paperwork on it. I was told by procurement that the only thing we cannot do is personal usage, and we cannot get gas for the city vehicles on it.
Did they ever say that if you're doing anything, though, as it relates to the city, that you're able to use that particular account for city business?
They said that was fine as long as it was not personal or gas.
Okay. All right. Attorney Griggs, can we blow that up a little bit? I don't know and we can go to the first allegation, are you able to go up?
No, we can't go any closer.
No, okay, we're not.
It's on the first page.
Can we go up a little bit to the second page?
Yeah, I can go to the second page.
Okay. I just want to get to the part where we're talking about the allegations. Can we go to, so it's probably on the third page.
Third page on the screen.
Yeah, the fourth. Okay, so I think the first allegation, and it's kind of hard for me to see, is that
it's count one, misuse of city funds, the P card.
Correct. And particularly what they're saying is, and you may be able to read it better than me, because if you can see it, Attorney Griggs, you can read the first allegation there.
It says count one, misuse of city funds, P card, specification 1.1, unauthorized and improper documented charges, expectation 1.2, improper approval of P card charges, 1.3, misrepresentation of P card administrator, 1.4, continued spending after reimbursement directive, 1.5, unaccounted public funds. It says the city records procurement P card activity that warrants formal review, a summary table of which is here attached as Exhibit A. The purchases and actions that warrant further review include but not are limited to, and then it goes through each individual allegation.
And a lot of these allegations we can collapse into one response, but if you can read the first allegation that it has on there.
Okay, it says at some point during his tenure as mayor, he created a new P-card form, authorization form, which only authorizing signature required to be Mayor Williams. The investigation will determine whether or not the creation of such form served as an authorized municipal purpose and complied with the applicable procedures.
So the first thing when I saw this, Mayor, is I honed in on the words he created a new form, basically saying that, and that you can explain to the public exactly what they're saying, what the allegation is. You can. So what Attorney Griggs has put up is a form here. It says Mayor Jayden L. Williams P-card purchase. And so, can you explain to the public exactly what this is?
Yeah. So in the city, this was given to me by my budget manager. At the time, it was the clerk's office. They had these records. They passed it down to me once the council decided to move it to the executive assistant at my request. This was the letter that was given to them by the finance department. When we do any purchase on our P card, we have to fill this out as well as attach the receipt and give it to our finance office. As you can see, this is just an example of one that I wanted to give evidence on from when we went to GMA about 3.5 weeks ago. We have to put the amount, the vendor, so the name of the company that we spent, what department, the code at which to what budget line this would be coming from. We have to put what the event is, and then we have to put the name. This was given to me. As you can see, my name is literally at the top. The last digits at the top, I have no idea what's that for. Is this for my credit card, or if it's for the account that they've created for procurement? But there is no other signature on my document. That was what I was received. I've always received official's name, purchased by, which is the same person, and then for my signature at the bottom. I've never received any other form outside of this, nor have I created anything outside of this.
So when they put it in there, the allegation is that you created this form. Is that true?
No. So when I received my forms, they actually printed 55 copies of this form and 55 copies of lost receipt forms. And they said, here you go, Mayor, to have for your record.
Okay. Let's go to the other one, Attorney Griggs. And we'll kind of get through this a little quickly as well. All right, so the second one, can you read that one, Attorney Griggs? I can't really read it.
Yes, it says, on or about February the 5th, 2026, the mayor made a donation to Henry County Schools Foundation for school lunches. The invoice for the donation was handwritten notes stating that there was an additional $398 processing fee, but no corroborating documentation of this surcharge was submitted. To date, no such council authorization for this donation has been located. The investigation will determine whether the purchase served as an additional municipal purpose and complied with the applicable procedures.
Now, I thought this was laughable too, and I'm going to tell you why. I understand that there was an event where that you got a donation. There's an invoice for about $2,000, and actually someone else donated. Someone else donated $2,000. You can tell the story because you know it better than me.
Yeah, let me jump into this part because this is one of my favorite initiatives that I've done since being in office. My first thing I did in office was to announce that I was canceling student lunch debt, and that was actually during my inaugural ball. In that, I said I will be donating out of the $5,000 that I received from my incentives funds, $2,000 to support the efforts of the school system, and this goes to all of the schools in the Stockbridge cluster. So that's about 11 schools that $4,000 is basically covering. At my ball, I had a company that was a partner and a sponsor say, "Hey, we'll match your deal, your dollar amount." So I have a receipt here that I gave, and we'll proudly show it that I gave $2,200 to the Henry County school system from my incentives funds. With their processing fee, which is 10%, I believe they use Blackboard or something like that. It was a processing fee which took it up to $2,398. Now I think it was $100 processing fee. I have the other receipt right here where the other company that sponsored matched us with $2,000, and that was the opportunity for me to give the school system and the foundation $4,200 to cancel or to clear off some lunch debt, because that was not all of the lunch debt that we had in the city.
So this $398 that they're talking about is unaccounted for. Can you tell the public what that was for?
I'm not sure when they say unaccounted for, are they saying they don't have the receipt? Because the receipt was mailed to the city office. That's how I received it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about because they're saying the processing fee, right? We have the receipts, the invoices where they have that, where other folks paid and all that, but they're honing in on the processing fee of $398. And my understanding is that processing fee you have nothing to do with. That's when you pay for it. That was attached as a processing fee.
Yeah, it is it was $190 something in a processing fee, which is 10% of what I was paying. So 10%. So I gave the $2,200. They gave the $198. I can proudly, if the city has never asked me for a copy of the processing fee, I gave them the receipt, which is the invoice that I just held up on the screen as well. If they wanted a copy of that processing fee, all they had to do was ask me. I would have gladly called the foundation and asked for a copy of their contribution policy when it comes to that servicing fee.
All right, let's go to the other one, Mayor.
All right, it says on or about February 26, 2026, the mayor made a charge to JN Athens in Athens, Georgia. On the lost receipt form submitted by the mayor, he indicated this charge was for parking while in Athens at the newly elected officials training hosted by GMA for February 25th to the 27th, 2026. A search of JN Athens returns shows Jim and Nick's Barbecue in Athens, Georgia. The investigation will determine whether the purchase served an authorized municipal purpose and complied with all applicable rules.
Yeah,
this is funny to me too. I'll let you take over that, but $30. So they're talking about $30.47, and they said that they did a search and found that it was Jim and Nick's. First of all, why were you even there in Athens, and what was that $30 for?
So I was in Athens for a newly elected training along with our new councilman for District 2. The last night of GMA, they did not provide dinner, although the other, I think 2 or 3 nights we were there, they did provide dinner. And so they did let us know dinner was on our own. I paid for my dinner myself. As you all know, Athens is a college city. So most of the areas you have to pay for parking, and in the other parts, it's kind of free. I was in the area trying to get dinner to where they was actually having some type of college event. So I had to park in the deck area that charged $30.47 after I left. Unfortunately, I did give them a no receipt form because as I cleaned out the city vehicle on the way back to the city, I threw away the small square card that had the receipt, and I take full accountability for it, which is why I submitted the lost receipt affidavit and let them know what it was for.
So when you say you submit a lost receipt affidavit.
All right, folks, I could go on and on all night with this. But you can go to Attorney Gerald Griggs for #JusticeFighter to watch the rest of this interview. I'm over almost an hour in this broadcast. I didn't want to go past 40 minutes. But last minute comment, my last comment is for Jayden. Keep your head up, man. These people are trying to